So I really wanted to make this video for all the women out there who are raising their children, they're running their business, they're doing the grocery shopping, they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're managing family. And I really just wanted to really dive deep into my own journey and how I was able to create a successful business and raise my kids as well. I would really say I'm going to put this in the 5 stages of hunger. And how I'm going to do that is stage number 1 is really only being able to look through the keyhole. So it all really started. It started a few years before that, but when it really started was during my pregnancy with my firstborn daughter, and when she was born. And I remember, she was born and she cried all day, every day, and not just cried, she screamed. And I remember having to nurse her, all in the while typing client emails and making accessories. And the crazy thing is, I didn't know, I was eating probably about a loaf of bread every day with peanut butter on, slathered, like the big 5-gallon peanut butter. I would lather it all over and just eat that peanut butter. She was highly allergic to nuts. So she screamed from morning to night and no one told me. So doctors just said that there's this baby that's just high maintenance and she needs acid reflux meds. Meanwhile, it was all in my milk. So that was a good lesson learned. But during that time, we lived in this tiny little apartment and we were up to our ears in boxes and hair accessories and Swarovski crystals and diapers and burpee cloths and pacifiers, and it was one huge chaotic mess. What I mean about not being able to look or see through the keyhole is that's just it. We cannot see beyond it. And a lot of the times I was in this midst of chaos, right? I wasn't sleeping. I was maybe getting 2 to 3 hours a night. For me, who needs like 7-8 hours to even function. So barely sleeping, and a business that needed me to ramp up and accelerate, but I was so limited. We were financially strapped completely because we were in so much debt because we had put all our money into this business. And so not being able to see beyond your chaos, so not being able to see beyond the keyhole is really hard. So that's what that risk looked like for me. The second stage of hunger is saying no to no. I remember standing in my kitchen. I had my daughter in the Ergo, which is a baby carrier, and only because she would scream if she lay horizontal. So the only way she would sleep was sitting up straight. And I remember cold calling my dream list of stores. I had this beautiful laid out Excel spreadsheet and all my, my highlighted stores, and I would call them one by one. And most of the time I got the phone slammed down on me. And that was really tough. But one of the memories that I have that was probably the toughest was when I called a store and I got to speak with the retail owner. And she just said to me, look, Lovey, you're really young. She says, you seem very hungry for this, but I'm so sorry, but you don't have enough experience. You need at least 15 to 20 years experience to get ahead in this industry. And her last words to me were, you're really going to get eaten by the sharks. And I remember putting the phone down and being so upset in that moment. And then a minute later, I was like, no, I'm not going to hear that. And I'm going to change the game. So that's really what it was just saying no to hearing no and having the phone slammed down all the time. The third stage of hunger for me was really craving that emotional connection with my clients and my customers. So what I did when I was pregnant with my son, I took my little toddler with me and a huge bag packed with accessories. I'm talking 50 to 60 pounds, And we literally traveled, we got on an airplane, and that's exactly what I did. I went door to door with my kiddos and I promoted my business. Really wanted my retailers to see, who I was, and that we were an authentic brand that they could trust. And you just don't get that by calling or through emails. The fourth stage of hunger for me was a game changer, and that was finding a team to work with me. I was able, when we were financially ready, I was able to bring on a team, and it was so powerful because I think so many business owners, we're so afraid to bring on anyone in our team because we're like, oh, financially, can I really do that? But what that did for me was I was then able to concentrate on the vision of my brand. And also another thing as a mom is I never had that mom guilt that ate me alive all the time, like when I would travel or when I was at my desk all the time working. And so I was able to roll around on the floor with my kids and kiss them and smooch them and play with them. And 5 minutes later, I was on a conference call or doing my emails. So having a team was a game changer for me. Finally, what I really want to talk about, and it's something that's very powerful, but so many times, and even my dear sweet mom, who's really someone I look up to, kept telling me, you got to find balance, you got to find this balance in your life. And I was like, okay, I'm doing everything wrong because I'm the most unbalanced person there is. Honestly, when you're a full-time mom, a full-time businesswoman, and let's be honest, a full-time wife too, it's very hard to find that balance. And I've come to peace knowing that I'm not a person who's going to find balance, purely because I've needed to find tremendous patience in everything. So I definitely think that if this is you, throw out that I need balance in my life and just walk with it. Put one foot in front of the other and keep going down that path, and you won't regret it when you just keep looking up and looking forward and never behind. And so that's been really important for me. I'd love to know from you, what keeps you motivated? What's that thing in the morning that keeps you hungry to go, to be the best mom or to be the best businesswoman? Please send me a message, send me a DM or find me through my email. It would mean so much to me.